Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I tried this silk press for the very first time and this is how it turned out. If you want to see the details, please keep watching. Alright, so I'm starting off with freshly washed hair. So there has been no product in my hair at this point. And what I'm going to do to get this hair more manageable and to be able to work with the hair better, I'm parting it in sections as usual. So I parted it down the center, and for each half I'm parting it in two parts. So I'm going to end up with 4 sections total, and I'm going to be working with one section at a time. So I'm going to be starting at the back. Now for the products I'll be using today, I'm using the Aussie Total Miracle Heat Protectant Spray, and it is important to use a heat protectant spray or any form of heat protectant once you're going to be using heat in your hair. Now because my hair is freshly washed and there has been no product in my hair, and also because I'm going to be using heat, I am going to be using the Maui Moisture Heal and Hydrate Shea Butter Hair Mask. This is going to ensure that my hair gets the added moisture that it needs, and it's also going to protect the hair to some extent from the heat that I'll be using. And then once I put that in and I added the heat protecting spray, then I just seal everything in using some coconut oil. Alright, so with the dryer, what I'm doing, I'm just holding this section of the hair and I'm kind of stretching it a little bit, and I'm just using the dryer to dry the hair. So I'm holding it as close as possible to the end without, letting the ends go. And once that is done, what I'm doing right now is switching from the heat to the cool air. So I'm blasting the hair with a bit of cool air. What this is going to do naturally is going to cool the hair down, and also it's going to seal the cuticle of the hair shaft, and this will also ensure that the hair does not revert once I stop using the blow dryer. So you guys can clearly see the difference between the section that's already pre-stretched, and here I have the full half completely done. Now I'm going to move on to oiling my scalp. I'm using the Shea Moisture Jamaican Black Castor Oil, and I'm just applying that all over my scalp, and I'm just going to massage that in using my fingers. I'm working with one section of hair at a time. So once I'm finished with this half, I'm going to move on to do the same thing to the other half as well before I start flat iron. Once I'm done with that side, I'll come back and show you guys this side. Alright, so what I'm doing now to further prepare the hair before I start the flat iron processing, I'm just using this detangling brush and the dryer, and you guys can clearly see what I'm doing is self-explanatory. So this is going to give the hair a further stretch. I haven't added any additional oil to the hair. I think there is more than sufficient oil in the hair already. Plus the heat protecting spray does have some amount of oil as well. It does have Australian macadamia oil, so I don't want the hair to be weighed down too much. Plus my hair is very thin, so the more I put in it, the less it's going to look once it's done. It's going to be basically like transparent. You can see right through it. My hair has always been thin. I've never remembered myself with thick hair for as long as I remember. Alright, so I'm using this Revlon iron. It has a power on and off button. You can also see the temperature up and down buttons as well. This actually goes all the way up to 430 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm going to be using the highest setting. Now please remember that If you're going to be using any form of heat in your hair, it is important to know a little bit about heating products and the damage that it can do to your hair. I'm going to pick up on that. So this comb is great for pressing the hair, for doing the silk press. As you can see, it has a cover on top of the comb itself, so it's going to lock the hair in place. And because I'm going to be using the tracing method, it is perfect for that. So basically I'm just detangling a section of the hair and I'm going to comb that out. I mean that's the same thing as detangling. I'm just going to put the comb over the part that I took out, and because it's already detangled the hair, the comb is just going to run right through it, and immediately following the comb I'm going behind it using the flat iron, and that's basically the tracing method. I'll be doing this twice for each section of hair that I took out. So as I was saying, guys, it is important to know a little bit about what heat can do, what the damage that it can do to your hair. So hair begins to burn at 451 degrees Fahrenheit. So what I'm doing right now is ensuring that I'm way below that. So 430 is definitely okay. Now that's for healthy hair. My hair is not 100% healthy, but it's also not damaged either. So I would strongly recommend that if you do have damaged hair, not to use any heat in your hair at all. But if you must, ensure that you use a heat setting that's way below that. So I would suggest something like under 300 degrees just to be on the safe side. Alright, so this is what it's looking like so far. As you can see, like I've already mentioned, my hair is thin, so you're not going to see a lot of fullness. I do like what I'm seeing so far. It's not like, impressive, but it's doing its thing, and I'm just following and, waiting for the final result. But so far I was liking what I'm seeing, and like I said, it's my first time doing silk press, so I was a bit anxious to see what it's going to turn out to be, and I was also excited to see what it's looking like thus far. Alright, so I'm going to continue to do this half of the hair, and this is what it looks like. I can clearly see a lot of, thin ends that definitely needs to be trimmed. I have a little bit of split ends. So I'm going to be taking care of that. So whatever I've done to one side, clearly I'm going to be doing it to the other side as well. I'll just work in sections at a time. And you guys can clearly see that my edges have not been touched. And let me tell you, I am terrified of hot things in my hair. Comb, iron, whatever it is, as long as it has some form of heat, I always feel like I'm going to be burned. So I stay as far as possible away from my scalp. I don't care if it's not as straight as the other sections of my hair. If you're going to do the silk press and you're comfortable putting the flat iron as close as possible to your scalp, then by all means knock yourself out. That's not me. So this is what it looks like, but don't worry, I have a little fix for the edges. Now I'm going to be trimming my ends, and there's no special way in what I'm doing. I'm simply just taking out a section of the hair and I'll just clip off whatever end. There are some sections that I clip off more than the others because it really needed it, but then there's no specific way. As you can see, that's how much I've taken off from some sections. And in the previous cut that I made, it was just like a little pinch that was taken off. So it all depends on how much I am seeing, how much damage I'm seeing to the end of the hair. I'll just clip it off accordingly. And I'm just combing through and checking to ensure that I'm not seeing any ends that needs to be trimmed. And if there's any end left that's has some long ends on it, I'm just clipping it off just like that, and that will ensure that I do not have any untrimmed ends remaining. And I'm going to be doing this to the other side as well. Alright, so once the trim is finished, I'm just going to wrap this hair up, and I'm going to be doing my makeup, and then I'll come back and finish up the rest of the hairstyle for you guys. It's nothing exciting. I'm just going to put some random curls into the hair and see where it takes me. Now, if you're brand new to my channel, I thank you so much for taking the time out to watch my video. If you haven't subscribed as yet, be sure to subscribe down below. Give this video a big thumbs up if you like what you're seeing, and ensure that you turn on your post notification bell so that you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Also, drop a comment in the comment section down below so I can know what you guys think of this video. And if you have any suggestions, I'm open to suggestions, I'm open to ideas, I'm open to advices as well. So please let me know what you think down below. Alright, so like I said, I'm just going to be adding some random curls to the hair. I mean, this part was the hardest part. Honestly, I actually thought that the entire process would have been harder than it actually was. And I thought that this part would have been the easiest part. But listen, I actually struggled with these curls. But overall, I think I did it some form of justice, a little bit of justice. I did like the way it turned out. You guys can let me know if you like it as well. But this is what I have after I've finished curling the hair. I had no interest in adding any additional heat to my hair. So whatever has been done will have to do, girl. And I was actually surprised to see the way the curl holds, especially to the right side of my face. The curls were bouncy and they actually look like they have a little bit of body. The left side was actually my biggest heartache. But like I said, let the chips fall wherever they may. Alright, so to fix the edges so they kind of look sleek and kind of mimics the press that I did, I'm just adding some jam to my hair just to sleek the edges down. And so that it doesn't look too far from the hair that's already being straightened. Like I said, I'm not doing anything too crazy. I'm just doing a simple style. There are several things that could have been done to this hair, but I was so over it. I've been recording for quite some time. I did the makeup video before. I have posted that video before. If you guys have not seen it as yet, be sure to watch the tutorial that I posted on that video. It's a natural looking makeup suitable for everyday wear, and you guys can check it out. So like I said, there are several things that could have been done. I was actually thinking of doing like, you know, a flip or something, one of those 80s style, 80s inspired hairstyle, or 90s style, something like that. But this is what I ended up with. I hope you guys enjoy this video as much as I do, and if you're planning to do the silk press as well, let me know. Also let me know what you would have done differently if you planned on doing anything differently. But yeah, this is what I have. So I thank you guys so much for watching my video. Thank you for taking the time out to subscribe, like, share, and comment. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.